The first suitcase almost hit Cleo. And before she could figure out what she'd done this time, the second one was already coming over the railing. Now, everybody in that house knew what this meant. Madame was firing Cleo. Again. Only this time,
Cleo!
this woman had packed Cleo's belongings herself.
You think I'm joking
if you're
with
wondering
you?
what could make a billionaire's wife this angry
Get
with
out
me,
of my house!
babe, it was dust. You see, this wasn't the first time. It was the 14th. By the 5th one, Chef Musa had started keeping count. By 11, it was old news because everybody knew the pattern.
Where's Cleo? Madam
Madame
fired her,
would
sir.
fire Cleo. Chief
did she do this
Adeyemi would
time?
hear the ridiculous reason. Next day, Cleo would be back at work. One time, the plumber looked at her twice. That was also Cleo's fault. But number 14 was different. The Adeyemis were rich. The kind of rich where even working in their house came with benefits. Good salary, accommodation, food, Christmas bonus. And whenever Madame traveled, peace. Cleo planned to stay 6 months. Save some money. Escape Lagos before Lagos finished her. But 1 year later, she was still there. Cleo was too easy to like. She remembered everything. She was also beautiful. And Mrs. Adeyemi.
Why are your lips shiny? Who told you to wear lip gloss while working?
Madam, that's Vaseline.
Did I ask you?
No, madam.
Then face your stew.
The stew had been ready for 20 minutes. Then there were the Adeyemi children. Sam was the eldest of 4. He had the confidence of a man who had never had the word no, without assuming it meant try again tomorrow. He thought she was joking. That should tell you everything you need to know about Sam. Ola was different. Quiet, sharp. He didn't chase Cleo. He just noticed her. Too much. Every time she caught him, he'd look away shyly. #caught in 4K. Then there was Barry.
Cleo.
2 failed EPs, 300 and
Musa hit
something
the
monthly
meat
listeners,
again.
and the unshakable I go soon blow behavior.
God bless you.
That was it. No flirting, no staring. And finally, Clara, the charismatic Adeyemi. Sometimes, Cleo would enter a room, and Clara would forget what she was saying. Sometimes, they'd catch each other looking, and both look away a little too quickly. Neither of them ever addressed it. Cleo had enough problems in a family like the Adeyemis. Some things survived because nobody said them aloud. Everybody assumed Cleo was a mute. Some even thought she was deaf. Until Chef Musa discovered she could hear gossip from 3 rooms away. Now, Cleo could speak, but she never did. Something traumatic happened when she was young, and afterward, she was diagnosed with selective mutism. All she knew was that alone she could sometimes speak. One afternoon, Sam decided to take matters into his own hands.
Why are you always running from me? I'm talking to you. Sometimes I wonder if this whole quiet girl thing is an act.
Move!
Does she look like she's talking?
Barry's timing was just perfect. Barry had been fighting with one song for 6 months. Specifically, the second verse. Everyone, including him, hated it, but they couldn't tell him. And that was how it started. Barry brought melodies. Cleo brought words.
Cleo, where did this come from?
Sometimes they conducted
right?
entire arguments through facial expressions and text messages.
Oh no. We're not going back now.
It wasn't loud, it wasn't polished, but it was a voice. Clara never told anyone, not even Cleo. By then, Victoria's problem with Cleo wasn't really about beauty anymore. Beauty was just easier to admit. The real problem? Her husband trusted Cleo. Every time Chief brought Cleo back, Victoria's story got stronger. Why does my husband care whether one maid stays? Sam looked at her. Cleo encouraged him. Barry defended her. She's turning my children against me. Clara spent time around her. She's filling my daughter's head with nonsense. At this point, Cleo could have stood in one corner breathing oxygen, and Victoria would have eventually asked whose husband she was breathing it for. And little by little, Victoria started feeling like a stranger had entered her house and was collecting pieces of her family. Then came Chief Adeyemi's birthday gala. 500 guests. Politicians, businessmen, actors, and people wearing sunglasses indoors because apparently wealth affects the eyes. Victoria had been planning it for 2 months. And Barry had finally convinced his father to let him perform one song.
One song.
Their song. For once. And unfortunately, Victoria saw them.
You wrote half of it.
Not the card, not the writing credit.
I'm not stealing
Just
your
her
work
son
because you
holding
don't
Cleo's
talk.
hands and Cleo smiling at him. The next morning,
Look at me when I'm speaking to you.
Victoria found the dust.
Say something.
Tiny, barely visible. And here's the best part. Cleo hadn't even cleaned that section.
First my husband, then Sam, now Barry. And God knows what you're doing with Clara.
No way this was about dust. In a matter of minutes, her suitcases came flying.
What happened?
Don't.
Victoria.
Not this time.
At this point, even Gabriel was tired of her drama. He had seen it too many times.
Every single time I remove this girl from my house, you bring her back.
Because every single time you fire her, the reason is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Last month you fired her because my business partner complimented
He
her.
was staring.
He was staring.
This was not funny. It was hilarious.
Men don't die at 74, Gabriel.
Cleo, go back to your room.
No.
You pushed her.
Victoria had never laid a hand on Cleo before now. This was the last straw for Cleo. It didn't matter that Chief was defending her yet again. That only validated Victoria's allegations. It was becoming toxic, and perhaps this was her cue to finally leave. This time, Cleo fired them and left. For real. Slowly, they started filling the empty spaces Cleo filled. Chief drank the wrong tea for 4 mornings straight. So nobody else knew how he liked his tea? Victoria finally had what she'd wanted, but it didn't feel as good as she'd hoped. Nothing got better. Everything felt cold. And Victoria had to consider that maybe Cleo wasn't pulling her family apart, but rather an easy target to blame for cracks that were already there.
The singer pulled out. The label people are already here. And Madame removed your name from the writing credits. I'm not asking you to come back to work. I'm asking you not to let somebody erase you because you're quiet.
It was gala night.
Just believe.
This is ridiculous. She can't even talk. Mom was right about one thing. Everybody keeps treating her like she's helpless. Maybe silence is convenient.
Enough. I am not your husband's problem. I am not Sam's problem. I am not your children's problem. And I am not the reason this family is unhappy. You hated me before you knew me. From uncomfortable stares to being treated like a disease,
Now where is the lie? So looking around in my house is now a crime. This song, Cleo wrote half of it. Her silence never meant she had nothing to say.
Victoria had expended her anger. Hearing everything made her realize how horrible she had been. Now the whole world knows she's insecure. She felt defeated.
Your job is still here, Cleo.
Chief instructed Sam to offer Cleo her job back.
Your
that
job
same
is still
night.
here.
Of course he did. Some habits die hard.
Then write with me.
I was cruel to you.
Cleo didn't feel the
I was
need to
cruel to
respond.
you.
She didn't forgive her just because she'd finally apologized.
You have a nice voice.
Interesting. Very interesting. But that was a matter for another day. 3 months later, Berry's song finally did what his first 2 EPs couldn't. People actually listened. Thousands of streams became tens of thousands, then hundreds. But Cleo wasn't staring at the screen because the song was moving. She was staring at her name. Cleo thought silence was keeping her safe. And maybe once it had. But safety can become a cage if you stay inside it for too long.
No. Earl Grey. Cleo suffered for us to learn these things.
Let's hope Victoria doesn't deal with Cleo's replacement. Subscribe to Tales by She for more stories about women like Cleo.